A very good afternoon to you. You're with News First. This is your lunchtime news bulletin. Before we go into the stories in detail, let's take a look at the headlines. Hambantota Mayor Iraj Fernando arrested by the police headquarters Special Investigation Unit. Vehicle procession carrying the sacred relics for the Sirasa Vesak Kalape commences its journey from Kandy. For those stories in detail now, the 19th Amendment to the Constitution, which includes the reduction of powers vested in the executive presidency, was passed with a majority in Parliament yesterday. The final reading of the 19th Amendment to the Constitution was passed with 212 votes. UPFA MP Sarath Weerasekara voted against. Independent parliamentarian Ajith Kumara abstained from voting, while 8 members were absent. Speaking to News First, Venerable Maduluave Sobitha Thero expressed the following views regarding the 19th Amendment.
The passage of the 19th Amendment should be considered as a victory for all the people in the country. The people suffered several shortcomings in the past under the executive presidency. There were several attempts to change it, and the only pledge made by President Maithripala Sirisena was to abolish the executive presidency, and the people voted for him to do so. Thereby this came to pass yesterday, and the powers vested in the president is now limited. Therefore this is a victory of the people.
Propaganda Secretary of the JVP, Parliamentarian Vijitha Herath, also expressed his views regarding the 19th Amendment to the Constitution.
The Rajapaksa team carried out various conspiracies to disrupt the passage of the 19th Amendment to the Constitution, but the bill was passed in Parliament, defeating all their attempts. This is a victory for our nation, in which we will have independent commissions and curtail the powers of the President. A majority of the benefits will be reaped by the people. That is why the passage of the 19th Amendment in Parliament yesterday is a victory for the people. There are certain shortcomings in this bill, but despite that, the 19th Amendment is beneficial for the public.
Speaking in Kegol yesterday, former President Mahinda Rajapaksa expressed his views regarding the Gazette notification issued to establish the Police Financial Crime Investigation Division. They issued a very dangerous Gazette notification. It was issued stating that a separate cabinet subcommittee headed by Prime Minister Ranil Wickremesinghe be appointed to investigate cases of financial crimes and other major charges selected by him only. He is the other one who is heading that unit, like the Inspector General of Police. So good governance means directly taking over the police. This is through a Gazette. So I believe that the President will take action about this. Former President Mahinda Rajapaksa arrived at the Dadigama Raja Mahaviharya yesterday to attend a Bodhi Puja. A welcoming ceremony for leader of the Democratic Party, Field Marshal Sarath Fonseca, was held in Kegol yesterday. The welcoming ceremony for Field Marshal Sarath Fonseca was organized by Democratic Party activists of the Kegol district. As of late, we see many public representatives spending their time quite leisurely. Especially, we see some in the United National Party who have suffered defeat for nearly 20 years and were with dull faces are now in a sense of happiness. There is nothing wrong with that. Seeing them happy makes us happy as well. But what they should understand is, can they be happy like this for long, and can they retain this happiness? We know that even the United National Party has a mentality of gaining benefits. On to one of our headline-making stories. Mayor of Hambantota, Iraj Fernando, has been arrested by the police headquarters Special Investigation Unit. Police media spokesperson SP Ruwan Gunasekara said that the mayor was arrested over a case in March 2014 where he had attempted to assault and take away a suspect in police custody at the Ambalantota police station.
The mayor of the Hambantota Urban Council, Mr. Iraj Fernando, has been arrested by Police Headquarters Special Investigation Unit at yesterday. This is in connection with the incident was occurred in Ambalanthot Police Station on March 2014. This suspect has entered into the police station and attempted to assault a suspect who was in police custody. Police will produce this suspect to the Hambantota Magistrate Court today.
So were you frightened when you left?
No, I was not frightened. I mean, that is why I'm still here.
What do you say Do you think you'll ever go back to the institution?
No. I've been the Director General once, right? That's it. Full stop.
A group of Sri Lankans returned to the island yesterday from Nepal.
After the incident occurred, the hotel told us that there was no problem and for us to return. We were on the 4th floor at the time. It is there that I called the embassy and told them that the room that we were staying in was in shambles and all the windows have been shattered. Even the ceilings were damaged. We told them that we cannot stay there. Then the embassy told us not to stay there and go back outside. I hope that I will never have to face such a situation ever again. The ground was still shaking even when we left Sri Lanka. Our Air Force helped us immensely. They always kept us updated on the condition of the flight and told us not to be afraid. They told us that they will take us back to Sri Lanka as quickly as possible. I thank every single one of them. We were all outside. We did not understand what was happening as a result of the shock. We have never experienced an earthquake before. We were all afraid. A number of children were wounded. We came back to the island because of the help of many people as well as from the assistance rendered by the army. We are grateful to them.
It is because with the experiences that we have had and the confidence we have had with our skills, we were able to bring them back. Our airplanes have never travelled to Kathmandu airport, but we were confident that we would be able to conduct this mission successfully. When the government approached us for assistance, we readily agreed because we knew that we would be able to do this. The Sri Lanka Army says that another deployment of soldiers are due to leave to Kathmandu today to assist in the relief program. Acting Army spokesperson Brigadier Jayanath Jayawira stated that the soldiers will depart to Kathmandu in a Sri Lankan Airlines flight. The Sri Lankan medical team that has commenced aid work in Nepal has treated 400 injured people so far. Major General Maitri Dias, who is commanding the Sri Lankan Rescue and Relief Contingent currently serving in Nepal, said that the patients with serious injuries have now been transferred to hospitals in Kathmandu after receiving initial treatment. The Sri Lankan Rescue and Relief Contingent are carrying out their rescue and relief operations from Dolalgad, a remote worst affected area about 60 kilometers away from Kathmandu, Nepal. News First contacted Major General Maitri Dias, who is heading the Sri Lankan relief effort in Nepal.
We have treated more than nearly 400. As at yesterday, we were able to send our relief teams to certain areas where we could not approach because the road network is totally cut off due to the earthquake, which has occurred due to the earthquake. 2 teams went around and they treated the villages and they treated 147 patients. And today also in the morning, we have sent the medical teams out. We are in location of Dolalgad, which is 60 kilometers away from Kathmandu, the commander of the army, and he informed me that there will be another some items of bomb will arrive for the troops. Furthermore, there is an aircraft which will bring a lot of dry rations and water bottles to be distributed among the affected people of Nepal. And we will be coordinating with the local authorities to distribute, and we hope to distribute these items by tomorrow early morning, since the aircraft will reach Kathmandu around 1600 hours today.
Still in local news, the procession carrying the sacred Sarvakna Dhatu relics and the relics of the Maharahat Theros to the Sirasa John Keels Vesak Zone commenced this morning. The procession began its journey after a special Teva ceremony that took place at the Nelligala International Buddhist Center.
Dhamisa Puja, which initiates the celebration of the Sirasa John Keels Vesak Zone commemorating the 3 stages of Lord Buddha's life, commenced after the sacred relics were brought to the Nelligala International Buddhist Center, where the Mahasangha presided over the religious observances and rituals. The events took place at the Sri Shakya Singha Pagoda in Nelligala. Senior officials of the Capital Maharaja Organisation Limited and the John Keels Group, as well as school students and devotees, were present for the event. The special chest in which the relics were placed were kept in the procession carrying them to the Sri Sir John Keel's Vesak zone amidst the chanting of Pirit.
සිංහල අභිමානය එදා මේකා මෙදා තුර එකට වාසය කිරීමේ සහජීවන පණිවිඩයයි අද අපිත් එක්ක අගනගරයට මේ කන්දුඩු රටින් ගෙනියන්නේ. බලන්න ඔබ ජෝන්.
A media briefing was held today regarding the Buddha Rashmi National Vesak Zone. The media briefing was convened by the Colombo Hunupitiya Gangarama Temple and the office of the Prime Minister. It will be a meritorious deed if all can take part in the venture devoid of caste, creed or religion. This is a deed that would make the masses happy, a deed that would unify the country and a deed that can show the country's prosperity to others. The Buddha Rashmi Vesak Zone is one that is in a large land area that will stand out amidst all other Vesak zones that are organized. I think close to 2 million people came last year to the Buddha Rashmi Vesak Zone. We hope for a crowd more than this year, and we have arranged the transportation and the security arrangements for the devotees. In sports news, the Sri Lankan baseball team, which will compete in the Asian Baseball Cup East Six Nations tournament, will leave the country on Friday. Speaking to Sports First, captain of the Sri Lankan team, Iresh Kosala, said that the team is determined to win the trophy at this tournament. The 11th edition of the tournament will take place in Jakarta, Indonesia. In addition to hosts Indonesia, Hong Kong, Philippines, Singapore, Thailand and Sri Lanka will compete in the tournament. The Sri Lanka team that will compete in the tournament took part in their final practice session yesterday at the Diyagama Mahinda Rajapaksa grounds in Homagama.
The team is determined to win and has taken part in the practice as well. Having a Korean professional baseball player to coach us is a great thing to us. We will do our best as a team and hope to bring the trophy to Sri Lanka. The Sri Lankan team comprises of 18 players and they are coached by Korean national Park Chul-soon. Sri Lanka will first play against Thailand on the 3rd of May before moving on to the next stages. Well, with that, we conclude this edition of Lunchtime News on MTV Sports. You can join us on our next news update coming your way at 1:55. For everyone here at News First, I'm Saturanga Hapuarachi. Have a productive day ahead.